Hey Rodrigo, how are you today?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. I'm looking forward to showing you the platform.
Awesome. Looking forward
Um,
to it as well.
yeah, I'm curious. Are you doing anything for endpoint backup today?
AFI,
Oh, okay. So that's SaaS backup. Does AFI do endpoint as well?
we don't really do endpoint backup. We prefer users not to save files locally. That's our IT policy.
Gotcha. Um, did I ever share you the information that I had on AFI?
You mentioned something in our
I don't think I
initial
ever sent it
contact,
over. I
but
can
yeah,
send it
feel free
over
to send
after.
me over. Yeah, please. That would be interesting.
Yeah. Just a lot of questions into really who they are as a company and where they're
Right.
located, which obviously, if they're handling your data, it can be scary. But we're going to focus on K365 endpoint today. So
Awesome.
that's RMM, EDR, antivirus, patch management. I have Rohit. He's the sales engineer. He'll be taking you through the demo.
Hey Rodrigo, how are you doing today?
And
Awesome. I'm good. How are you?
I'm I'm doing good. Just a busy day, but not complaining.
it has been busy for,
Yeah.
which is good,
That's
right?
good.
So,
Absolutely.
um, just to get everybody on the same page, you were actually in Boston probably about 3, 4 weeks ago,
Yeah.
at some type of was it like an event or just a satellite office?
A few meetings actually, and then as I mentioned, I've seen a person, one of these companies that I was visiting, they use Kaseya, and there was one user locked out of his system. There was an issue with the Microsoft account or something like that, and then the technician using Kaseya was able to connect to that computer even before the user was able to log in. So that was really interesting, and because I support some users using TeamViewer or other remote solutions. I wouldn't be able to do that using TeamViewer because I needed the user to sign in before, and I thought Kaseya would be a solution to consider. But it seems that Kaseya does way more than I was thinking. So that's what I wanted to see in action.
Yeah, we'll show it all. And so I know Rohit's chomping at the bit, but for antivirus, you got Nordic 360
Yeah.
and nothing for patch management, correct?
What do you mean by patch management?
Just I mean, I guess we
Patching your
can.
devices, operating system side.
We have Jump Cloud. Jump Cloud
Mhm.
is our mobile device management solution, and we can manage policies and patches using Jump Cloud.
Got it. And
Well, that's basically
sorry,
all
Michael,
I
go
have.
ahead.
Um, I know we spoke at length the other day. I know, basically, um, yeah, yeah, I don't have anything else to say. So I'll just pass it over to Rohit and get you in front of the fun stuff here.
Sure, absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank, thank you for that. Rodrigo, I've shared my screen, hopefully able to see that, right?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Great. So just wanted to understand, Rodrigo, what kind of devices are you managing currently? Are they primarily Windows or you have a mixed environment?
Primarily Windows, I would say 80% of the computers are Windows, and we have a few
Mhm.
exceptions, a few users running Mac computers, but primarily Windows.
Gotcha. And for RMM, for remoting, you're using TeamViewer, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
you're
correct.
using Nordic 360 as an antivirus solution, and
Correct.
EFI for your M65 backups, right? And one
Correct.
of the challenges you did mention that if someone is signed out, how would you get into it as a remote admin, right? So you should be able to get it. So I will highlight that during the demonstration for sure. Rodrigo, just a question. Have you ever seen or used any of our products?
I am familiar with the backup solution, which is a competitor of AFI. What's the name
Mm-hmm.
again?
Backupify.
Backupify. I'm familiar
Yeah.
with Backupify, and we considered Backupify when we were considering a SaaS backup solution for Microsoft and Google accounts. And then
Mm-hmm.
obviously, maybe because of the items that Michael mentioned, AFI is way cheaper than Backupify, and we decided to go on that direction. But I'm
Hmm.
not familiar with the other solutions you have.
Sure. No worries. I'll take you through the solutions as we go about it. And anything particular you want to highlight, or you want me to highlight during the demonstration, Rodrigo? Maybe patching, remoting.
Yeah, anything related to remote user support. So
Hmm.
imagine you have users spread it in different states and you need to provide support. So anything related to that, ensure that the computer is updated, something like antivirus, remote
Hmm.
support, anything related to that.
All right, no worries. So without further ado, let's jump into Kaseya 3CP endpoint offering. So like Michael told you, this one offering is going to provide you everything essential, Rodrigo, to manage, secure, backup, and automate your endpoints. So to be looking at Datto RMM, which comes alongside with patch management for your operating system side of patching, antivirus, EDR, ransomware detection, and endpoint backup. Now, you'll get access to Kaseya 1. Rodrigo, this is going to be your central hub for everything Kaseya. Now, from our end, you get a dedicated resource in the form of an account manager. So it could be you need assistance around your subscriptions, your billing, or something is not working as expected. You need some help. You can reach it to your dedicated resource, and they will align all the right resources to help you at any point in time. Now, Rodrigo, you'll also get access to Kaseya University. So there are self-paced learning courses for all of the components that we'll be looking at today, be it the RMM or the backup or antivirus EDR. So you yourself can get enrolled to these courses, ensuring that you're well versed with the product itself. Now, Rodrigo, this will also provide you a single sign-on to all of the modules that we're looking at today. So click of a button, this will navigate you to the Datto RMM portal. Right off the bat, Rodrigo, what you're looking at is the Datto RMN dashboard. Now, this dashboard will come in handy for you to get every alert or you want to see what's happening in your environment. This will give you those quick insights as well. Now, this dashboard can be customized. You can slice it, dice it. You can add widgets out of the box. Now, these widgets can give information like, are there any priority alerts that have come up in your environment? Of category wise, priority wise, what is the Windows patch status for your devices? How many devices are fully patched? Are there any that are ones that are pending on approval? Are there any install errors? At the third party applications, whether it's been updated or not updated. Now, Rodrigo, you can also build custom filters and you get outputs like if you have any Windows 10 devices in your environment, how many server operating systems are there? Or are there any machines which have Zoom installed? Online, offline devices. Now, these are not just informational widgets. You can also action things from here. Now, I have created a widget which shows me that I have 128 devices that have not been rebooted for more than 30 days. So I can click on this. This will show me those 128 devices. And from the list, I can quickly select the devices and I can reboot them immediately or schedule that reboot for some time later. So this is an actionable dashboard. So this will mostly help you be more proactive than being reactive when something is not working. And when it comes to onboarding your organization, it's pretty straightforward. You just create a site for your organization. And if you have multiple location, you can create multiple sites for your location as well. Now, deploying the agents, there are multiple options. So Rodrigo, what you can
Just
do
one
is
second. When you say
mhm,
multiple sites, can that include different domains? For example, different companies, or all has to be the
different
same domain?
companies. No,
Can
it
you?
can be different companies, different departments, or different
Okay,
organizations altogether.
got it. Thank
So what you're seeing over here, we have one company, Able Manufacturing, that it has three physical locations: the East Coast, the West Coast, and the headquarters. So we've created three sites for that. Now, when it comes to deploying the agent, there are multiple ways, Rodrigo. The straightforward way is download the agent, install it on the endpoint. The alternate ways, like you said, you have users who work from remote locations, right? So what you can do is you can copy this hyperlink, put it on Teams or email, you can share it with those users. Now you can also use PowerShell to go in and install that agent on those devices. Now, Rodrigo, just for deployment, you can also use network discovery. Now, what this does is you can use the Windows device with the Datto RM agent on it, use that as a probe. It will go in and discover all the assets in your network. And from here, you can onboard devices as well.
Oh, so if I have a new computer and it's
Hmm.
added to the domain, so even if I haven't installed Kaseya initially, I can remotely install Kaseya.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, that's great.
Now, if do you have a on-prem AD by any chance?
On-prem what?
Active Directory?
Yeah, we use not on-prem, we use
Hmm.
Cloud Active Directory, which
Cloud
is yeah, cloud.
and right. Okay. Gotcha. Now, Rodrigo, as you start deploying the agents on your devices, you get to see all of the devices you're managing under Devices tab, the total number of devices according to its kind, servers, workstations. And here you have an option to choose multiple columns as well. So maybe you also want to know who are the manufacturers for these devices, what motherboard they are running on, what's the model, BIOS version. What you can do is add all these columns over here. Under the Devices tab, you get all the information about your assets. And if you want this downloaded for your inventory purpose, you can do that as well. You can go ahead and export this, download it as a CSV file. Now, coming to what's important for you, Rodrigo. If you want to troubleshoot on a particular device or you want to remote in, you can search for a device directly using a host name from here. Now, once you find a device, you can go ahead and remote into a device. There are multiple ways. So the first way is the web remote option, Rodrigo. So this is HTML5 based, works on port 443. And once connected, you have option to execute PowerShell commands, chat with the logged in user, or control the screen altogether.
That's
Now,
awesome.
if the absolutely, and there are multiple monitors, Rodrigo, you can fit all of them in a single pane of glass like this, or you have options to toggle between those different monitors too. You have an option to chat with the logged in user. You get access to on-screen keyboard, clipboard functionalities. You can send out commands that control or delete. Now, if you're in a situation like you said, Rodrigo, right? Someone is locked out, right? Maybe
Yeah,
this user is
exactly.
locked out. You can just use another user option and you can log in with your admin credentials as well.
That's awesome. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Absolutely. Now, that is just one of the ways. I'll show you how are the other ways you can go ahead and remote into the device. But what you can also get access to is your tools. So if you're troubleshooting on a particular device, you don't necessarily have to go to start menu every now and then. You can launch your troubleshooting tools like command prompt with a click of a button. You want to make changes to registry editor, you can launch registry editor, look at the services from here. And while you're troubleshooting, maybe you want to upload a file, download a file on the remote machine, you can do that. And this is what you may like, Rodrigo. So even if you reboot the machine in safe mode with networking, you will still be able to web remote into the device using that RMN and continue your troubleshooting.
Amazing.
You get to see the performance of the device, CPU usage, memory usage, and you have options to go ahead and black out the user screen, block the user's input. Now, this is just the beginning, Rodrigo. So maybe you want to troubleshoot from the back end without uh, actually going to remote into device. It's just a matter of a service not starting, right? Or you want to execute just a small command. You don't have to necessarily always go and remote into a device. So you can use the agent browser option. I've connected the same machine that I highlighted earlier. Now, using the agent browser option, you still get access to all of your tools, be it Windows services, command prompt, PowerShell. You want to make changes to the registry editor, make changes to the file management. All of your troubleshooting can be done from the backend itself.
But you're saying the user won't even see those uh, panels or windows opening on his computer?
No, this is going to open in this portal itself for you.
So the user won't see, like if I open
No.
a shell window, I can use shell commands and the user won't see them running?
Yes, this runs silently in the backend through the agent browser option.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep, absolutely. And you want to make some registry changes, you can do it from here as well.
Could you please
Now,
open the like
mhm.
it can be the shell window from this window
Oh, sure. Oh, share window.
command shell.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Now,
see.
let me,
And the screenshot with the image of the computer, it's not even signed in. It's waiting for the user to sign in.
right, there you go. I just executed the command, who am I? So this works as a system context, so you don't have to worry about permissions as well. when you're executing commands.
Wow, that's really powerful. Thank you. That answers it.
And and another option is the RDP route. So Rodrigo, we don't use unsecure ports like 3389. This is going
Right.
to work on revert proxy on port 443, and you can have an exclusive session altogether. So this will this will kick out the logged in user, and you can have an exclusive session on this. And last but not the least, we also have an option for Splashtop. So have you used Splashtop in the past by any chance? Come across it?
I believe I never heard about it.
It's just another remoting option. But you do have it bundled in with Dado RMM as well. So you have multiple options when it comes to remoting it. Let me pull
What's
up
the
that
name of that solution again?
Splashtop.
No, never heard of it.
There you go. So yeah, Rodrigo, your major concern was around remoting to a device. What do you feel about all these options? This is
Yeah,
what you were looking for?
it's pretty powerful. I've never seen something like that, and I cannot do something like that using Windows remote connection or even TeamViewer. It's way more powerful than TeamViewer.
Absolutely. And this also gives you a lot of information about the asset that you're looking, right? So we're looking at this laptop. You'll come to know which operating system it's running on, what's the internal IP address, external IP address. You get to see the make and model of that device. Any changes done to a device is logged in the change log. So it could be at the system level, software level, or the hardware level. We manage all those logs over here. And you also get to see any alerts that might have come up, right? So the alerts could be around high CPU usage or high disk usage. You get to see all of those over here. And you can set up monitors to these devices. So DataRM detects what sort of operating system is this and assigns certain default monitors. So this is a Windows workstation, so it assigns certain default monitors, and this will get you alerts if the CPU usage is high, a service is crashing, or account lockout, all of those. Now, if you feel this is creating a lot of noise, you do have an option where you can turn these off as well.
Can you show something similar to that on a Mac OS computer? Or
Absolutely.
okay, it
There you
runs
go.
on Mac as well.
Yeah. And you have the web remote options as well. There are default monitors for Mac too. So yeah, it's will come in handy to monitor Macs. Since you said you have a couple of Macs as well, right?
Yeah. So, how much in terms of resources that type of service consumes on a user system? Like, will it consume a lot of memory and processing?
No,
Will it slow down the system?
absolutely not. So this is a very lightweight agent. It runs in the background. It can be run as a service as well, but it will consume certain CPU usage and memory usage when it is performing some huge tasks, right? So if it's going in and updating a device, or you run some scripts on the device, that's when you'll see a certain spike in the usage. But it's not going to hamper the overall performance of the device altogether.
Okay.
Now, while using monitors, Rodrigo, you can also automate a lot of things, right? So if you can select any monitor criteria from here, something like as a service going down, you can automate a lot of processes as well. So let me show you an example. What you can do is click on create a monitor. Just give a moment and select the monitor type. So it could be CPU usage, high usage, right? This usage, sorry, a particular event ID or a service going down. So just giving you an example of the Prince Spooler service. Forgive my
Right.
typo here. So this spooler service stops working for, say, about 5 minutes. It should generate an alert of critical priority. And this is where the RMM will come into picture, the automation. It will make an attempt to start that stop service automatically.
Okay.
Or you can execute a script. So you get access to a script repository in the form of Comstir, where it has 500 plus scripts. So we do have a script around Print Spooler. Or this can send out an alert email to you. So you can mention your email address. Or Rodrigo, if you
Right.
have a ticketing solution that can parse an email, convert into a ticket, you can add that email parse over here. We have our own ticketing solution called Autotask that integrates well with that RMM. It can automatically create a ticket in Autotask as well. Or you can get notified on Teams and Splunk using webhooks. This is how, Rodrigo, an alert will come in handy to get alerted if something like this happens. You can automate your level one troubleshooting. You can execute scripts. or you can generate a ticket for you in your PSA.
Yep, pretty good.
Yep, absolutely. But this will also give you insights about what applications resides on those machines. You can uninstall applications from here. You get to see any activity done by any of your technicians. So someone goes in and remote into a device or executes a script, you get to see all of those actions performed as well by your technicians. You get to see a
Okay.
network card information, IP addresses, MAC addresses, and metrics around the CPU usage, memory usage. You can look up to 2 months of historical data from here. And you also have an option to go and execute, like expand it, go ahead and now export it, download it as a PNG or a JSON file as well. And from a security perspective, you get to see the active antivirus running is or no, is the ransomware detection running or no. And you have an option to isolate the device from here. So in case, Rodrigo, you feel some ransomware attack has affected this machine, you can quickly isolate that device from here itself. And
What
you can,
the isolate feature will do, like in terms of the local
Mhm.
network.
So what it'll do, it will cut off the internal and external network from the machine. But through firewall rules, you'll still be able to remote into that device using that RMA.
Okay, so that will disconnect the computer from the network for general purpose, but Kaseya will still be able to connect.
Yes, yes. And you have an option to go in and revert that isolation as well. So if you
Right,
think it was a false positive, you don't necessarily want to isolate the device, you can revert that isolation from here itself.
right.
Now that's from an endpoint management. When it comes to patching, it's driven through policies, Rodrigo. And there are certain reference policies that will be available for you out of the box. You can utilize these, and this will give you more granular control over the Windows patching for these devices, right? So you can have this run in a scheduled way. You can choose the schedule, whether you want to patch those devices daily, weekly, monthly, choose the start date, execution time, the days on which this policy should run. And you can also choose your power options. Once the machine is patched, whether we want to go ahead and shut it down altogether, restart the machine, or leave it up to the end user to go ahead and reboot the machine. Now you can send out reminders to the end user every hour, 2 hours. You can also give them option to snooze those reminders every two attempts maybe. Now after that second attempt, Rodrigo, is going to be a persistent banner on their desktops reminding them to reboot that machine.
Okay,
Now, this is where you get granular control, Rodrigo, where you can have approval rules like this. What you see over here is there's an approval rule which says any patch that is a release date older than 14 days should be auto approved. Or if it do not approve it, if it has preview or driver updates. So within these 14 days also, Rodrigo, if there's a rogue patch sent out by Microsoft, what you can do is you can have a rule over here that if the patch contains this KB number, go ahead and deny it
right,
on our machines. So you making sure you're not pushing out rogue patches on their devices.
right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, absolutely. And what's not been defined over here, you get to see those manual patches. From here, you can pick and choose those patches that you maybe want to approve or disapprove as well. And rolling now, this is easy because you can use dynamic filters like this device filters. You can use this to push out this policy for all your server operating systems or maybe for your workstations only. So you can use the device filters over to roll out this policy. Now, Rodrigo, this is going to handle your operating system side of patching. Now, we also have to ensure the third-party applications are patched as well, right? You don't want to keep them vulnerable because a third actor can exploit those, correct? So what you can do
Right.
is use advanced software management. And here is where you control your third-party applications patching. Not only this patching, you'll be able to deploy third-party applications as well. Now, this can be run immediately on detection or in a scheduled way. Now, just to action things around applications like 7-zip, this is something you want to manually approve as an admin. So you can select manually approve against it. Okay. Now, Adobe Air is something, Rodrigo, you want present on all of your devices. And if it's not present, it should be installed automatically. So you can go with this option called auto approve and install if not present. And you get access to 300 plus applications from here. You get your .NET, Java, 7-zip, Adobe, Microsoft Suite, iTunes, Notepad++, all of those, Zoom. So all you have to do is select the application, something like iTunes. Now, I've added iTunes to this list, but you can also go ahead and choose to uninstall if it's present over here.
Oh, so I can force iTunes to uninstall from the selected computers.
Absolutely. So
That's
this is
pretty
how,
cool.
Rodrigo. Absolutely. So this is how it will come in handy to keep your third-party applications updated, push them off if they're not present, and even you can go and uninstall them as well. Now, what do you
Okay,
think,
pretty
Rodrigo?
powerful.
Is this better than how you're doing it right now? Do you see
Yeah,
the value in
I
it?
I need to be honest, it's way better. I also need to inform you that we just renewed
Hmm.
licenses of all of these platforms. So Jump
Oh,
Cloud,
okay.
TeamViewer, we just
Hmm.
renewed for like 1 year, some of them even a longer period. And for
All right.
sure, anytime, maybe during this meeting or later, we should discuss pricing. But that's something that I really would like to
Mhm.
see and maybe request approval for something like that.
Absolutely. Makes sense. So yeah, pricing is not my forte, but Michael will take you through the pricing after we are done.
Okay.
So before I hand it over to Michael, I just want to show you a couple of things more how the endpoint security works, right? So with
Yeah,
the same
please.
offering, you get access to Datto antivirus and Datto EDR. That this can be easily pushed out on all of your devices through a policy. All you have to just go ahead and enable this through a policy, the Datto antivirus, EDR, ransomware detection, and this will also have its own dashboard where, Rodrigo, this will give you all the security related insights, right? It will show you if the antivirus is running, is the EDR is running or no. And any security related alerts come up, you have a widget for it. So you can dive into any of these alerts from here. It will show you on which device it's come up on. Is that device offline, online, why it was like highlighted. You get to see the timeline of what happened between when this was triggered, 15 minutes before and after. Now you can also open this in the Datto EDR portal itself. So you don't have to go anywhere, click on the open in Datto EDR, it will take you to that particular page. I'm just showing you the Datto EDR portal just to give an idea how the dashboard looks like. This is the EDR portal, gives you licensing information, any alerts that I might cut up on a daily basis in the last couple of hours, agents that are coming up active, not active, stale, right? Maybe stale means they're not reporting back. So maybe the service is not working, right? So you can look into
Interesting.
those. Yeah, yeah. OS breakdowns. And this is where you can jump into the Reaper alerts. So now to give you an idea, Rodrigo, our antivirus is a next gen antivirus, which is more than just a signature based detection, right? It's going to use machine learning, AI, and using that, it will be able to stop those most sophisticated zero day attacks as well. Now, that is more of a malware, known viruses, ransomware attack, right? Now, what about those behavioral anomalies? Now, that is going to be our EDR, endpoint detection and response. So it's going to be a continuous monitoring for detecting, investigating, and responding any security related alerts. So that's going to be handled by our EDR. Now, this is one of the alerts that have come up. And what you see over here is the bad actor has gotten access to VSS admin and was trying to execute a command to delete all the shadow copies. Now, this
Right.
was flagged. Now, you might have a question, how was this detected in the first place, right? So we have detection rules, which are created by our data engineers, and all of them are based on the MITRE ATT&CK framework. So, Rodrigo, are you aware about MITRE ATT&CK framework?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Just to give an idea about it, these are the tactics and techniques and procedures used by these threat actors to execute something like this, right? So what they do is they creep into your network through maybe a phishing email, right? Now they get an access, a foothold into your network. So they start moving across your endpoints. They start doing things like that. They get access to VSS admin, create admin accounts, start deleting stuff, right? So sorry, this is the where your actions by these threat actors are monitored and are flagged. Now, from the same event, Rodrigo, you can go ahead and respond to it, right? Where your response can be delete this file or terminate this process, or you can also isolate that device from here, from the event itself. And you have
Interesting.
capability to go ahead and web remote into the device. You want to look into it. So the same RMM web remote option is available over here. And you have an option to open the device in RMM as well. Now the event can be analyzed. We show you the metadata, the rule body, the timeline, and this has AI intelligence built in. So it can go ahead and analyze the process for you that was executed. It can also go ahead and provide you the next steps as well.
So the difference between web remote and RMM is your program installed, and web remote is a browser page. Is that right?
Yeah. So RMM is the command and control center through which you control everything. Web remote
Okay.
is one of the options for remoting from Dado RMM.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a remoting option.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we give you granular control over the policies, Rodrigo, where you can configure everything, right? So if you want to enable the ransomware detection policy, so this is going to be a continuous monitoring for all the files and folders on your machines, right? And if there is some unusual activity around them, some a ransomware process comes in, right? So it auto detects it and it will have automated responses based on what you choose. You can choose to go ahead and kill that process automatically, isolate that device, or shut it down altogether. The best part is this comes with file rollback capabilities where you dedicate a space for your devices. It could be relative size or an absolute size. And in case 10 files were encrypted during the ransomware process, it gives you the capability to go ahead and restore those files as well. Now, through the antivirus, you get control to go ahead and protect your devices. You can enable real-time protection scans, archives, enable scanning for your local storage networks, and behavioral-based detection. Now, you can also mention your exclusions over here, and you can have your scans automatically selected. So maybe you want to run a daily scan or quick scan on daily basis, right? Or you want to run more fuller scans on weekends, you can schedule that. And this also comes with DNS filtering. Rodrigo, so what you can do is you can block your users from going to unwanted websites. It could be pornography websites, right? Or some social networking websites, spam websites. You can block them category wise, or you have an option to go ahead and block them, whitelist them. So are you able to do this today, Rodrigo? Are you doing this?
Not with the solutions I have in place. Not.
So what do you feel about these? Do you think this will come in handy?
Yeah,
Would you like
it's
to
really
use it?
powerful.
Right.
Can you do things like disable users from using USB drives?
Now, Rodrigo, that's going to be through the RMM. So you can run a policy, script, sorry. We do have scripts to do it and do that. So you can enable a script and you'll be able to disable USB drives on all your devices. Disable USB
Okay.
drives.
Yeah, perfect. And for sure you can see like BitLocker keys for all the Windows
Yeah,
computers easily.
absolutely. You do have an option where you can run a script against your devices, and this will show you the output for the BitLocker status as well. Maybe I've not activated it over here. Uh, okay, so let me choose it from here. BitLocker status. Yeah, it should be missing. I don't. You get to see if it's active. You get to see the recovery key. Here you go. Your BitLocker status and key. If it's active, yeah, there you go. This is active on this device. It shows you the
Okay.
recovery key as well. Now, the best part is, like I said earlier, you can have this exported and downloaded as a CSV file as well, which will
Yeah.
have the BitLocker keys and access.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the solution you are selling includes all of these items all together, including the antivirus, remote access, everything, or you sell them in
Yes.
different pieces?
So we've bundled all this up as a Kaseya 365 endpoint offering. Now, since these are our own solutions, this gives us the leverage to get and provide all of you at a very economical price. So you already
Okay.
know if you go one by one, you're going to spend a lot of money, right? And it's going to add up to the per endpoint fee, right? Maybe it will cost you around $7 to $8, but we've put it at a very minimal place. Oh yeah. Now, before we get into the pricing, Rodrigo, I'd also like to take you through the endpoint backup. I know this is not of importance to you right now, right? Since you're not letting your users to keep the crucial data on their devices, right? But what,
Yeah,
Rodrigo, if
we actually would
yeah,
like to
yeah,
do kind of the opposite, like blocking
mm,
users from saving files locally, but
hmm
doesn't need to be so aggressive. What we do is to tell them
hmm
that we don't have backup of any data saved on like my
hmm
documents or desktop.
right. So now maybe you can use this because this will give you option to back up your endpoints. Now, Rodrigo, this is going to be a direct to cloud backup where your data will be stored on Datto Cloud, and you have options to choose your data center as well. So if you want to keep your data within United States East, West, or these
Okay.
countries, maybe you can select your data center. We give you option to control how the backups are happening, right? Where you can define it through a policy. You can choose your retention day for the backups, whether you want to retain the backups for a year, and how often those endpoints should be backed up. Maybe every 2 hours, 4 hours. You can enable bandwidth throttling, so we don't take up the entire bandwidth from that machine. The backups will can be restricted at 100 Mbps only. And this is where
Okay.
you
And
can
can
be
you
very.
define the folders of the computer that
Mhm.
will be backed up? Something like just documents.
Absolutely. This is what I was getting to. You can enable, you can choose what you want to include in the backup, what you want to exclude in the backup as well.
Okay, so please show me how to exclude the pictures folder, for example.
Uh, you can just add a URL. It's not letting me maybe edit this. Let me select what do you see over here, the exclusions. So this is how you'll put it.
Oh,
Just
okay. Got
mentioning,
it.
yeah, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
See
yeah.
user downloads,
Yeah, perfect.
documents, yeah. And this will start backing up your endpoints. You get to see the status for those endpoint backups, hourly basis, weekly basis. Uh, well, as you know, my internet is a bit slow, so usually doesn't take this much of time. But this is what it will show. Shows you a dashboard, the backups that are happening for your endpoints. You can pick and choose a device from which you want to restore the data. Now, there are two sort of recoveries, Rodrigo. So, in a situation where someone deletes something important accidentally, intentionally, right? Or the data itself, the hard disk went corrupt, right? Now you want to go ahead and restore data. It will provide you file level recovery where you get to see the drives that are getting backed up. You can
Yeah.
select the entire drive, or you can drill down to a particular file. You can pick and choose the date and time from which you want to restore data. And these are your restore options. You can restore it to the actual endpoint on the same location, a different location altogether on the same endpoint, to a different endpoint as well. Or if you want to download the file locally, you have an option to download the file locally as well. Now, in a situation now, Rodrigo, where the hardware went bad, right? You have procured new hardware. It could be a dissimilar hardware, but you want to restore the backup, right, from this particular machine. So you can use this data to do a bare metal recovery as well. So you can do the restore to a different hardware altogether.
Interesting. Really powerful.
Now, storage wise, what you'll get to Rodrigo is 5 TB, 5 terabytes of pool storage. So you can put it across all your different machines. So you can utilize it dynamically, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. And of course, reports, it will show you all the reporting aspects. You can get reports around the backups, the endpoint. So you don't have to do anything manually. These reports can be sent out to you in a scheduled way. So all of this, Rodrigo, that you've seen so far, we have bundled it up and we are offering you as a Kaseya Endpoint Express offering. Now we do have another version of it, pro version, which I'm not going to talk about because this is not your requirement. But maybe tomorrow down the line, Rodrigo, you feel that the number of endpoints are growing, you're growing exponentially, right? Now you need more eyes on your network, right? You want someone to go ahead and look into your security related alerts, not just look into it, also go ahead and action things on them. You can utilize the our managed SOC, and a SOC team can go ahead and action things on your behalf. So that is the
Okay.
pro version, but there is a difference of pricing. But I'm not going to get into it. But
Yeah.
somewhere down the line, if you feel you need access to a SOC team as well, you can look at the pro version.
Okay.
Right?
Interesting. So we talking about a SaaS solution for Google and Microsoft, like Backupify. So Backupify is a separate solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have bundled it as for the user base. We call it the cases by user, where we have bundled it up for you for your email security. We have a solution called Inky, which is going to stop all the phishing attacks, so those email-based attacks, right? Email protection. Now, we also have security awareness training where you want to test your users, sending out them phishing kits. And
Okay.
if they're falling for those, you want to maybe train them why not to interact with these phishing emails, right? Or you want to train them on some compliance. So we have trainings for a lot of other modules as well. This also comes with dark web monitoring for your domains, for your emails, And we have cloud detection response, which is gonna, well, be CDR. It would say for your SaaS applications, right? So M365, your Google Workspace, and it has SaaS backup, which includes your backup. So this has been bundled as a Casify user bundle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the product you presented before that I'm interested on is called
Endpoint.
365 Endpoint.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. And what's Kaseya 365 Ops?
Ops mostly around for ticketing, documenting, billing, on those
Okay,
lines. Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Any
Yeah,
question
pretty
on the
cool.
endpoint aspect, Rodrigo? Any thoughts, comments?
I think you answered all the questions I had. Let
Mhm.
me think. Is there anything particular integrated with Microsoft or Google Workspace? Like anything that can
Uh,
help manage?
our Data RMM does integrate with Microsoft Intune, and you can also manage your Defender if you're using Defender. You can
Right.
get granular control over Defender as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
using
Yeah, no,
Intune,
that's
you
we do.
can
We
go
do
ahead and
use Intune,
uh-huh.
Entra.
And we also integrate with Microsoft 365. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is going to be a 10th level integration. You get to see your tenant, your users from here. Not just
Yeah.
view them, you can action things from here. You can create new users in your tenant. You can do password resets. You can
Oh, really?
provide
Instead
them.
of using
Yep,
Entra, you can do that
yep,
directly through your platform?
absolutely. Yes, you can provide them temporary access passwords. You can manage their licenses, their roles, their groups. And this is what I was talking about using Intune. Let me just open up the release notes over here. If you're using Intune, you also have the capability to go and remotely wipe devices from Data RMM. Not just remotely wipe them, you can also sync the devices, retire the devices, reboot them as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, that completely replaced what Jump Cloud does.
Mm. Yep, you can do that from here as well. And in the EDR, you have a policy which gives you granular control over the Defender that you must be using. So if you still want to continue Defender as well, you can control Defender as well. Yeah.
What's the reason to use Defender along with your antivirus solution?
Now that's a good question, Radhika. So what we cater to is like SMB, like in-house technicians like you, and for managed service providers as well. Now they have certain clientele who use Defender, right? So as an MSP, if I want to get more granular control over the Defender my clients might be using, this is the policy that gives them control over. Yeah. But in your
Okay.
scenario, I would not recommend to have two antiviruses running because they will kind of contradict each other maybe if their policies
Yeah,
are not
exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you don't have to go ahead and enable this. You can just keep it disabled as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Hopefully that answered your question around the Microsoft integrations.
Yeah, it does. It's awesome, really. I'm really impressed with your solution. Thank you. Thanks for your
Great.
time.
Anytime, Rodrigo. I'll just be on standby in case you have any questions for me. Thank you for your time. I'll hand over
Thank
to
you.
Michael from there.
Can I have access to this recording just to revisit a few items?
Absolutely. This is getting recorded. As soon as the link is ready, I'll share it with Michael, and Michael will forward it to you as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Anytime. Thank you.
Awesome. Great demo as always, Rodrigo. Does this check all your technical boxes?
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I don't know how I never heard about Kaseya before. Maybe you guys need to invest a little bit more money in advertisement and making your solution more visible because it's really impressive.
Yeah. Um, I mean, we have the naming rights to where the Miami Heat play, so
Really?
yeah, we're up there. We're definitely big time players. So, I mean, personally, as a Celtics fan, not too jazzed about that up here in Boston. So, but but yeah, no, I mean, I'm about to get Kaseya tattooed across my chest with the endpoint and the user stuff. It's been great, but basically, what you're looking at is $3.89 a month for 20 users.
Um, how that works, I don't understand.
So $3.89 per user. You have 20 users. So that call it $80 a month times 12, $933 a year.
And that includes all the specs and features that Rohit presented us today,
Yeah, everything's included.
including the 5 TB storage for the endpoint.
Exactly.
Um, could you please send me a quote of that so we can discuss internally and maybe pursue approval?
Yeah. I mean, anytime I send over a quote, it has to have an expiration date on it. If it is something you are looking to do soon, um, happy to send it over. What's your approval process look like? Like when are you able to put pen to paper? Do you got to go to a committee, the governor of California? Like how's that typically work?
Actually, this is a very busy time for us, so I may need to wait until I have a meeting with my manager, which will be in a few days next week.
Okay.
And then I would like to discuss that. I was planning to revisit some of the items we discussed today, because as I mentioned, we just renewed Jump Cloud, we just renewed TeamViewer. We for sure cannot roll back and interrupt those subscriptions. Norton 360 as well. We just renewed lots of licenses, but that's not really expensive. But
Yeah, I
just in
hated
case
when
we
you said
are,
that earlier.
yeah, just in case we are moving forward with Kaseya. Is that something I should order via a quote from you, or that's something
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
do
I would
online
I
on
would
your
give you the
website?
quote and you would execute the quote that I give you. Um, for now, let's do this. I'm going to send over an email. It's going to include all the pricing, all the products here. I'll list them out so that way you have an idea. And
Yeah.
then, I mean, my manager's out today and tomorrow anyway, so I wouldn't be able to get a quote over to you exactly, but maybe you talk to your manager. When do you think you can? Next Tuesday or Wednesday?
Let's say next Friday. Next Friday is May
First.
1st. Yeah,
So let's
that's
do
a
like a
good timing.
yeah, so let's do like a quick 5 minute sync on Friday, see how that conversation went. And then, if you get good news, I can definitely send you over a quote then.
Yeah, and actually, what I need is not really a formal quote. I just
Yeah,
need
you
like
need
an email
pricing though.
saying, hey, here's the pricing for 20 users, and these are the features included.
Yeah, I'm with you. Um, we're aligned there. There is going to be a one-time cost of $1,599. I'll also include that in the email as well. So I don't want you to be blindsided by that.
Yeah, please include everything that I should know before I request approval.
Everything that I
And
send over to you will be all the pricing will be included. That's it. So
okay. And what's the process if in the future I have 25 or 30 users? Can I
you can
renew
add it
like,
right on the platform.
can I
And then
keep
it just
adding them
updates
and
billing
then
automatically. You don't have to reach out to us. So the K1 platform, something we put a lot of investment into. You can handle your billing there. You can contact your AM there, support tickets. The K1 portal where you access all these modules is nice. Makes it easier to
okay.
manage.
Okay, because the payments are monthly, so I can keep adding users. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, we can do monthly or annual billing. Regardless, you'll be able to add users. We're not going to turn down money. We're not in the business of that. I'll tell you. we'll,
Right.
we'll, we'll figure out a way for you to, add users for sure. We've made it easy on our end because why wouldn't we?
Yeah, but something my manager will ask me, what if we reduce users? Will that reduce
No, it
also,
won't reduce
or
the price. I'm not, no. And then we can only do the entire environment, right? We're not like you know, one user type of deal. So it's
right,
not
right.
going to be like an a la carte service. We're going for the whole thing. I mean, we're talking 20 licenses. It's not, I don't think there's a minimum, but when I do the quote, I'll find out. I'm pretty sure there isn't. But yeah, I mean, less than 20 would be tough for us.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And it's not the case right now, but you said the 20 users can be from different domains. They don't need to be specifically a single unique domain, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Well,
I need to present your solution to a friend of mine that has an IT support company. He provides services for many different companies. I don't know if they are aware of Kaseya. They should know you for sure. I know they also use actually TeamViewer, so they should know about your solution. I'll see if I can connect both of you.
Yeah, we really like going against Team Viewer. I'm not gonna lie. So if they're using Team Viewer, send them on over.
Yeah, and as I told you about advertisement, if you watch Formula One, TeamViewer is advertising in a Formula One solution. I don't recall seeing Kaseya, but you mentioned you guys are doing a good job on that as well. So
I'll definitely I love letting marketing know. I'll let them know that we need a. I mean, we got to get Charles Leclerc sponsored or something. So
yeah, you have a great solution. People need to know more about you.
awesome. I appreciate that. But I'll send that over. What do you think about your California? What do you think about 11 o'clock your time on Friday for a quick
Actually, I am meeting with my manager on Friday. Let's meet on Monday, the 4th.
big Star Wars fan? Is that why?
Not really, but May 4th is a good timing for us to reconnect and see how it goes.
Yeah. What about 1 o'clock Pacific time?
Yeah, it's perfect. Actually, can you meet in the morning?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, anytime in
Um,
the morning of Pacific time on May 4th.
do you want to do like 10 a.m. your time?
Yeah, 10 a.m. is perfect.
Cool. I mean, when I open up YouTube, all I see is Datto and Kaseya. Like it's all backupifying all K365. So I'm surprised for you to hear that, but obviously I have the, certain cookies
Yeah.
that makes me think that I'm like I work here. Like I'm not trying to
Exactly.
I'm like you guys are targeting the wrong people. I'm already bought in. So
Yeah, please send me what you have regarding AFI. I would like to
yeah, it's like we
learn
did a
about it.
reverse image search of their C-level executive and it came back to a totally different person. It's weird. So I have a snapshot of that. And just finding any information about anyone over there, you can't. Like if you Google our CEO, like there's gonna be a million things about her.
Okay.
Like any CEO, interviews, what have you, past experiences. It's you can't find anything about no one over there. It's very interesting. But um
Hmm.
yeah, I'll send it all over to you. I owe you an email. I got a 3, then a 3:30, then a 4, but I'll try to sneak it in between one of these calls.
Yeah, no hurry, no problem. And then if you can share the recording
Recording,
with me,
absolutely.
that
He
would be
will be
awesome.
on that. He'll send that over to me.
Okay. Thank you very much, guys. That was awesome.
All righty. Have a good one. Hope you have a great day.
You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.